Alrighty, and hello everybody to another match going on for the 4-digit Mania World Cup. I'm going to be one of your commentators. My name is Era Basil, and with me, feel free to introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, I'm Trooper alongside with Basil. I'm really excited to be here in Com. I think we have a really great match going on right now. China and Colombia.
Yeah, these are two very, very strong teams. Really interested in seeing how this is going to play out. Looks like both teams are currently going for their roles, possibly soon. China, obviously, one of the pretty notoriously strong teams that have been throughout 4-digit Mania. And Colombia, I believe they have seeded a decent bit better than they did last year. I might be incorrect about that, but both teams, again, showing very, very strong skills, especially in the rice department. So that's going to be really fun to watch.
Yeah, I believe so too. Colombia has done better than last year, and China is also very, very well rounded, but I do think they lack a tiny bit in the SV category.
I do agree, but, you know, sometimes that's just how qualifiers go. Looks like we're actually going to be getting into one of the warm-ups. I'm not too sure whose warm-up it is, but looks like it's going to be a bit more on the physical side here, but yeah, Renji, 5.4 stars. Good old Nicosec charting. Gotta love it.
Oh, I love Nicosec charting. They have some great Jack and Street maps.
Always fun to play, especially at higher VPMs. I don't know, something about the patterns just feels so right.
Yeah, I agree.
But back to what we were saying, I do agree. I think China is a little bit on the weaker side for scroll velocity, but Colombia definitely needs a bit of work as well. Both of these teams getting seed 19 and then seed 31 for SV respectively. But at the same time, the qualifiers were much harder than these SVs that we see in round of 32.
Yes, the SV definitely did take players hours to try and memorize. There were just so many parts that needed so much time to just remember.
Even as an SV player myself, I was still struggling too. So.
Yeah, same.
Honestly,
but it is still early round SV, so I guess it can just be whoever practiced more can easily grab the point here.
Yeah, it'll come down to who chokes or not. And speaking of choking, both these teams are just neck and neck. That's scary if you're China. If you're in part of Team China, then it's pretty scary to see a team that's supposed to be much lower seeded than you keeping up so well. In fact, actually currently winning.
The rice in this warm-up is actually way more closer than I expected here.
You know, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of expected China to sweep at least the warm-ups, but this could be Colombia's pick. And if it's China's pick, again, that might be something for them to worry about a little bit. I think China, personally, is going to do really, really well on the long notes. If I'd have to take a guess, that's probably the kind of direction that they're going to want to take this, as Colombia is a little bit on the weaker side for long notes and hybrids.
Yeah, China did do very, very well in the hybrid picks especially, so we will see a lot of picks of that coming from China.
Well, I'd hope so. I'm not too sure what they would ban, honestly. Maybe one of those techie charts, maybe Odo. I think that's been banned a decent amount. Very, very tricky. But I guess we'll see.
I'd say either Odo or the Rice 4 map, because that's apparently the hardest Rice map in the pool.
That's the Terminal 11 one, right? If I remember, top of the head.
It's like the really, hard to act speed map.
That's a few of them.
Oh yeah, true. They're all kind of mixed. But this one is just really dense.
Wow, and yeah, these teams are neck and neck. We obviously don't have a 6-way FC, but even so, Colombia's still in the lead. Which is really surprising since, oh, actually, I didn't even notice. Hitachi, oh, that's an unfortunate break for them as well.
Yep.
I guess we'll see whose warm-up that one was. I think that'll be pretty important and pretty good knowledge for the teams. Looks like it might have been aborted actually, or a little bit of a stream hiccup.
Are we able to see whose warm up it is?
I was hoping that they would say something, but it might have been Colombia's. I think it was Colombia's, but
yeah, we'll go with that. Also, I just realized 2KY Fangirls on Colombia's team. They're a really strong early AC player, which could probably give China some problems.
yeah, I see the name Tukai and I just get nervous.
Yeah.
It could be in any kind of like context. I see a 2 with a K and then a Y, it's gone. I'm like,
well, I've seen them
not
play
typing
before.
that.
They're a really scary player.
Oh, they are. They are a very, very scary player. I'm not sure if we're gonna get into the roles. Probably here soon. What do you think they should ban? If you were in Team China.
Kind of just. I would go with either one of the rice maps or possibly the memory SV map.
Fair. It's interesting to see. I honestly, if I were in their shoes, I'm not too sure how they're currently playing on the 2 SV charts that we have for this map pool, but I'd imagine they're playing quite a bit stronger than they would previously, so maybe not even banning an SV. But I'm not too sure what else they would ban. I do think a Rice is probably the route to go, considering they're so much stronger on long notes, and probably a little bit better if I'm in Team China's shoes at the sort of the slower things, the more consistent things. Maybe banning stage 4 might be a play. Seems to be a chart that you get pretty good scores on.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh,
knowing that China's. Oh, what happened?
Can we play with 2? I'm not sure if they're.
Wait.
Oh, looks like maybe something kind of inconvenient happened, or it's just the warm-ups. It's probably just the warm-ups.
Yeah.
Probably just need to get their players in.
Hopefully.
Good old XC1 warm-up map though.
This is a long warm up as well.
Yeah, 4 minutes. Oh.
Really taking advantage of it.
If I know anything about XC1's charting, it's a bit dumpy and a bit speedy. So interested in seeing how this plays out. Beautiful song though, off the bat. I don't think I've ever heard of it.
I really like the intro to it. This map seems to be way more hybrid-ish than the last one.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit surprised.
I actually kind of have a good feeling this is China's warm-up.
I'd have to say so as well with how strong we've seen them in the past. But the 2 players that are currently playing for Colombia are looking like they're not going to give up. They're pretty strong here.
They can take on the 2v3.
Now, if they won, that would be a different story. If they won with 2 players, that might be cause for some concern. But honestly, Colombia.
I'm a little confused right now. What's going on with the score?
Well, you know, what if there was a player that was milling it? Think like that. I don't know, this chart is like a recipe for combo breaking, combo rushing.
Oh yeah, those dump streams definitely looked evil. We did see a drop coming from China.
A little bit of a break section. Yeah, I was talking about this before, but I think if China really just keeps strong with the hybrids and the long notes, there's a pretty high chance that they're gonna win all their picks. Well, I guess we don't really know how Colombia is going to play on these early game long note sections, which I played through them myself.
Hybrid 2 specifically.
I can honestly see long note 5 possibly as a protect. Might be a little bit harder for some of the Colombia players. Well, there we go.
You're right.
You get LN5. Thankfully. Oh, God, I love Otto's music so much. I'm gonna have a protect from Colombia. I'm not too sure. Probably an SV pick if they practiced it a lot and they think China might not have. But I'm kind of not too sure. Maybe one of the Rice picks. Maybe Rice 3.
I'd go with Rice 3 also. Then, honestly, I think one of the bans might be Rice 1. Just because of how mind blockable it can sometimes get with trying to act.
Whoa! We're actually gonna get a protect for Rice 1. Really, actually, I don't think we've seen a... I'm not too sure. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we haven't seen a protect for Rice 1 before. Rice 1 being... It looks pretty straightforward, but playing through it is rather inconsistent, and there's a lot of weird, tricky kind of snapping. So, maybe they've practiced it a lot. Maybe they think that China's gonna choke. And we get to see a ban from them. LN4, which is kind of expected. Try to ban all the LNs because China seems to be a bit better. And China probably going and banning probably one of the rice. A little bit choppy for me, the sound.
Yeah, same right now.